One of the best things about investigation K-dramas is the thrill and anticipation of a plot twist. It can be the reveal of the villain, a shocking clue, or someone's real identity. However, plot twists aren't limited to investigation alone, and we can actually find them in a great deal of other genres. Today, let's discuss some non-investigation series with the most jaw-dropping plot twists. Number 1. It's Okay, That's Love. Despite being released a very long time ago, the 2014 K-drama It's Okay, That's Love still holds a special place in my heart. The series follows the mystery writer Jang Jae-yeol, who also hosts a radio show on the side. Playful and arrogant, Jae-yeol actually has a tragic past and develops OCD over it, prompting him to run into the female lead Ji Hae-soo. Of course, they fall in love, but this isn't just a series about romance. It is also about self-healing, trauma, murder mystery, and brings the best supporting cast, including the character Han Kang-woo, played by the idol actor Dio. Now, Dio is introduced as a student and big fan of Jae-yeol, who aspires to be a famous author just like his idol. He bugs Jae-yeol to read his manuscripts, follows him around, and has the best interactions with our male lead. He was also one of the most complex characters, and his art can move even the hardest heart. So imagine the surprise when the fandom favorite Kang-woo turns out to be Jae-yeol's imagination all along. Turns out, Jae-yeol started to seek Kang-woo out of trauma, and that's why their paths were so similar. Suddenly, everything in the series makes more sense, and details in Kang-woo scenes reveal that he has never been there. So while I'm not a fan of the everything is imagination trope, I have to say, It's Okay, That's Love did it beautifully. It managed to avoid the endless streams of flashbacks, and used Kang-woo to tell of Jae-yeol's true feelings, past, and fears. They cleverly inserted hints for the twist, and also neatly tied up all ends, while still accurately portraying mental illness. Number 2. 39. Okay, technically this isn't a plot twist, since it happened at the end of episode 2. But considering the whiplash I felt when it happened, I think 39 totally fits into this list. In fact, I still remember vividly the time I read about the series' synopsis, which promised a healing story surrounding a trio of friends at age 39. Its poster was also all warm and bright with the main cast all smiling. And there were even bubbles floating around, as if it's a modern-day fairy. Later, we had a poster of the 3 main couples, and this time, I became even more convinced that 39 was going to make me smile. They were sitting on a bench together, all smiling, touching, happy, giving the vibes of rom-com series like Because This Is My First Life, Be Melodramatic, or even Search WWW. Unfortunately, all the smiling didn't happen. And it was revealed in episode 2 that Jeon Mi-do's character, aka a piece of the main trio, was dead from cancer. It didn't help that the rest of the series was also just as depressing, as we have a lost career, struggling people searching for their place in the world, breakups, cheating, asshole birth families, a car accident, and also something most of us can relate with, being left out of a 3-way friendship. There was no episodes where characters didn't cry and where I didn't cry. So the series versus those posters is the biggest K-drama plot twist of all time. Okay, in all seriousness though, 39 was well acted and very beautiful. I loved Chang-young and Mi-jo's journey, and the series was both soothing and inspirational to those that still struggle to find their own place. Still, just for precaution, prepare a lot of tissues and a glass of water. You're going to need the latter after cursing out some of the characters. Number 3. Reply 1988. Okay, so depending on the person, Reply 1988 may have either 1 or 2 plot twists. For most people, the plot twist came in the form of the final pairing, when Choi Taek was revealed to be Doksun's future husband. This had greatly disappointed fans of the second male lead, Jung Hwan, especially after he had totally charmed the hearts of people with his gallant gestures, silent understanding, and caring nature. However, this wasn't really that surprising to me, since I could tell that Jung Hwan was losing way early on. He was a bit too reserved with displays of affection, and so missed out on too many opportunities to get the girl of his dreams. Instead, what actually made my jaw drop in shock was when Doksun's friend Sun-woo was revealed to be holding feelings for Doksun's older sister. Honestly, the show totally fooled me into thinking that he was into Doksun, and it didn't help that K-dramas are so heavy on the friends to lovers trope. that I kept expecting a love triangle, or well, love rectangle to happen. In addition, Deok-sun was also an unreliable narrator, who believed that Sunwoo liked her, and there were so many clues, making it even more convincing to the watching audience. All things considered though, both of the plot twists worked well. I adored Jungkwon with all my heart, but I completely understand why Choi Taek was picked. Also, Sunwoo crushing on Bo-ra instead of Deok-sun made the gang's relationship less complicated, added to the comedy, and provided us with a beautiful second lead couple. So yes, I was extremely shocked, but I was also pleasantly surprised. Number 4. The Light in Your Eyes. The plot twist in The Light in Your Eyes is probably one of my favorite ones yet. Not because it was unique or carefully intertwined into the story, but because it adds a beautiful new layer of meaning to the plot. For those who don't know, The Light in Your Eyes started with the female lead Kim Hye-ja stumbling across an outstanding superpower. Her watch allows her to manipulate time. However, time manipulation comes with a heavy price. And every time Hye-ja turns back time to remedy the past, she will age in the present. There's also a tender love line amid this fantasy-filled story, as Hye-ja gets involved with the wannabe reporter Lee Jun-ha, played by famous actor Nam Joo-hyuk. This is a beautiful K-drama about humanity that is both sorrowful and impactful. It gives an insight into how the older generation was treated by the young, and is an eye-opening yet still relatable work. But mundane events and everyday struggles aside, the ending of episode 10 hit me like a sack of bricks. All of a sudden, our female lead Hye-ja, who was on a cliff watching the sunset, woke up in a hospital bed. Her son and daughter-in-law rushed to her side, signaling that this was reality. It turns out that Hye-ja is actually an old person with Alzheimer's disease, and that everything we've been seeing is not the present, but a decades-old past. Young-soo is not Hye-ja's older brother, but her son, and Joo-ha is actually her late husband. The watch, which Hye-ja believed to have time-traveling powers, is just a simple watch that her husband left behind, and was stolen by the police officer she always suspected. Again, I'm not a fan of the everything is an imagination trope, but I have to give a standing ovation to The Light in Our Eyes. It was just such a clever way of presenting the stories of an elderly woman without boring a regular watcher. And the series' rating, which tripled over time, really shows how good this K-drama was. Now, if you haven't tried the series, please consider picking it up. Even with the knowledge of the plot twist, it will be a beautiful tale that slowly worms its way into your heart. Before we leave, I'd like to discuss some honorable mentions, including It's Okay to Not Be Okay, The Mother is the Head Nurse, Tale of Nokdu. The seemingly kind second male lead is a psychopathic evil guy. Heartless City, There Are No Bad Guys in the Gang, Chicago Typewriter, Jin-Oh is a ghostwriter, literally. And that's it for now. If you want to see shocking plot twists and investigation dramas, check out our old videos on the most unexpected K-drama villains. Now, what are your thoughts about the plot twists we've discussed? Did you see them coming? Comment down below to let us know your opinions. And if you want more videos like this, like, share, and subscribe to Kdrama. We'll come back soon. See ya!